Hello, Namaste dear students. I am Mrs. T.V. Ramana Kaveri, Assistant Professor of Sanskrit in Micah College, Mysore. Today I am going to teach 8th unit of first year BA and BCom first semester course. The name of the 8th unit is Vidya Samuddeshaha. In this unit, you will study the Vidya Samuddesha of Kautilya Arthashastram. Introduction to the lesson now. Kautilya's Arthashastra is the first available work that provides comprehensive details of political science. The text, Vidya Samuddesha, has been derived from the Arthashastra, and the Arthashastra has been divided in 15 Adhikaranas, 150 Adhyayas and 180 Prakaranas. It has 6,000 verses. The prose is in the form of sutras. About the author, Kautilya. The author of Arthashastra is Kautilya. He is also called as Vishnugupta and Chanakya also. The commentary of Jayamangala explains, Kutilam nama gotram tasya patyam Kautilyaha. Therefore, the word Kutila is the name of the lineage or gotra. Kautilya was a very brilliant politician in those days. Therefore, he got this name. Kautilya means very clever and skillful. About the book Arthashastra now. The term Arthashastra is a compound word and is usually compounded as Arthashastram, Arthashastram. Kautilya has stated that the word Arthashastra means the subsistence or livelihood. मनुष्याणां वृत्तिः अर्थः मनुष्यवती भूमिरित्यर्थः तस्याः पृथिव्याः लाभपालनोपायः शास्त्रम् अर्थशास्त्रम् इति. It is explained in 15th chapter. The life and works of Kautilya now. We do not know specifically about the life of Kautilya, that he has destroyed the Nandas, and it is clearly stated in the Arthashastra. Yena shastram cha shastram cha nanda rajagata cha bhuhu amarshrenodhatanyashu tena shastramidam kritam. The date of Arthashastra. It is mentioned in the Arthashastram that the author has emancipated the earth from the Navanandas, the 9 kings in Nanda dynasty. In the Vishnu Purana, it is mentioned that Kautilya, after destroying the Nandas, has established the Mauryas on power, and that Kautilya himself has appointed Chandragupta. Historically, it is recorded that Chandragupta became king in 321 BC. Hence, according to the opinion of the historians, the Arthashastra must have been written in between 321 to 300 BC. Now, the lesson portion with Vidya Samuddeshaha. Anvekshiki Sthapana Adhyayaha 2 Vidya Vibhagaha Tatra Matabhedascha. Anvekshiki Trayi Varta Dandanitischeti Vidya. Establishing the logical philosophy, division of education and various opinions. Logical philosophy, the Trayi means the 3 Vedas. Economics, the Vedas, actually we have, as they have mentioned here, 3. Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda, and Atharvana Veda, it was added in the later times, subsequently. economics and political science are the sciences. The followers of Manu state that the Trayi, that is three Vedas, economics and political science are only three sciences because logical philosophy is only a special branch of the Trayi. The followers of Brihaspati, the teacher of or guru of gods, say that there are only two sciences, namely economics and political science. For the Trayi is only a cover for the knowledge of worldly affairs. The followers of Ushanas, that is Shukracharya, who was the teacher or guru of demons, maintain that political science is only a science because the activities of all the sciences are bound up with it. But Kautilya affirms that all the four indeed are the signs or branches of knowledge. They have been so called, that is, as Vidyas, because through them one can know both dharma and spiritual well-being and artha or material prosperity or wealth, money. Tatra anvikshiki swarupam tasyaha vidyantara vailakshanam cha. The features of Anvikshiki and its division. Anvikshiki or logical philosophy consists of Anvikshiki, Sankhya, Yoga and Lokayata. By investigating through reasoning and by helping to discriminate between spiritual good and evil in the Trayi, material gain and loss in economics, good policy and bad policy in political science, and also the relative strength and weakness of all these sciences, logical philosophy benefits people. It maintains the study of the intellect both in adversity and in prosperity and brings about proficiency in thought, speech and action. The logical philosophy is ever thought of as the lamp of all sciences, as the means of all actions and the support of all laws and duties. Thus ends the second chapter, establishing the logical philosophy among sciences. The next part, establishing the Trayi Sthapana. Sanga Trayi Swarupam Tadupakarascha. Let us see the translation in English here. The Trayi constitutes three Vedas, the Samaveda, the Rigveda and the Yajurveda. The Adharana Veda and Itihasa Veda are also the Vedas. The Vedangas are the auxiliary sciences or phonetics, rituals, grammar, etymology, prosody and astronomy. The duties laid down in the Trayi are beneficial as they institute the respective duties of the four stages of life of a man. The second part in this, the duties of Varnas, Varna Dharmaha. The duties of Brahmana are to study, teaching, performance of sacrifice, officiating other sacrificial performances and the giving or the receiving of gifts. That of Kshatriya is to study, performance of sacrifice, giving gifts, military occupation and protection of life. That of a Vaishya is to study, performance of sacrifice, giving gifts, agriculture, cattle rearing and commerce. And that of a Shudra is to be in the services of the twice born, that is a Brahmin, perform activities connected with economics, profession of an artisan and of an actor. The third part is the duties of four stages of life. Ashrama Dharmaha. Those of the householder, a Grihastha, is to earn livelihood by his own profession, marrying one who belong to the same class but not of the same lineage or Gotra. Approaching the wife during proper period, worship of gods, of maids and of guests, giving gifts to servants, and partaking the food that remains after feeding all others. And that of a student is studying one's own Veda, tending the sacred fire, bathing, observing the vow of living on begging only, serving until the end of his life with the preceptor or in his absence with the preceptor's son or with a fellow student. And that of a forest recluse is, or an ascetic, is observance of chastity, sleeping on the base ground, wearing the matter of locks of hair, skin, that is the deer skin, wearing that as the cloth, worshipping the fire, doing Agnikarya, worship of gods, ancestors and guests, and living upon foodstuffs procurable in the forest only. That of a mendicant, maintaining complete sense control, not participating in any worldly activity, possessing nothing personal, abandoning attachment to worldly relations, observing the vow of begging food, residing not in one place but in forest, and observing external and internal purity, being harmless to others, truthfulness, purity, and freedom from spite, abstinence from cruelty, and forgiveness are duties common to all. Fourth part, the observance of one's own prescribed duty leads one to heaven and to infinite bliss. When it is violated, the world will end owing to confusion of classes and duties leading to all-round destruction. Hence, the king should not allow the transgression of the prescribed duties by people, because if he makes his respective duties, he enjoys the world here and the world hereafter also. For people suitably remain fixed in the limits of the Aryan rule of life, established firmly within the classes and the stages of life, and remain protected by Trayi. They prosper and do not perish at all. Thus ends the third chapter, establishing the logical philosophy among sciences. The next part, Varta Dandaniti Sthapana, establishment of economics and political science, that is chapter 4. The nature and use of Varta. Varta or economics consists of agriculture, cattle rearing and commerce. It is beneficial as it yields grains, cattle, gold, forest products and labor. Through them, by the use of treasury and army, a king brings under his rule his own followers as well as his enemies also. King must use danda or a rod to punish the guilty. The means of gaining and preserving logical philosophy, the Trayi and economics is the rods of punishment wielded by the king. Its administration constitutes the political science. Its purpose is to gain what is not in possession, preserving what is gained, increasing the preserved, giving the increase to the deserving people who are in need. Smooth moving of the life of people is dependent on it. Therefore, the king, desiring smooth life of the people, should hold always the rod lifted up to punish the guilty, that is danda. And the dharma is protected by the king through the rod or a danda, become engaged in their own individual duties and remain in their respective paths. Thus ends the third chapter, establishing the logical philosophy among sciences. The next one, Adhyaya 2, and the next part, notes and explanations and grammar here. Anvikshiki, and this word was taken in its etymological meaning of logic. Therefore, Anvikshiki can be called logical philosophy. Hence, this word is known as Nyaya Shastra and Vaisheshika Shastra also. And the Trayi, as I told you already, Trayi means the three Vedas, and which are the most ancient are well known as the Shruti also. They are revealed scriptures. The Trayi indicate that they were originally three, namely Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda. And the other one Veda was added subsequently in later times. Next, Vidya. This word is derived from the root vid jnane, means to know. Vidya means knowledge. The Upanishads proclaims that this Vidya is of two kinds, namely Para and Apara. Sankhya means this system of philosophy is one of the 6 Astika philosophical systems. This is ascribed to sage Kapila. Next one is Yoga. This is the system of Indian philosophy established by the sage Patanjali, in which abstract meditation of the Supreme Being is inculcated as the only way to liberation, and rules for its practice are laid down. Next one, Alokayata. This system of philosophy is well known as Nastika Darshana among the system of Indian philosophy. It is popularly known as to belong to Charvaka. Next, Vedangani, the parts of Vedas, and they are, Vedangas are 6. They are Siksha, Vyakaranam, Chandaha, Niruktam, Jyotisham and Kalpaha. Next, Dharma. The conception of Dharma embraces the whole life of human beings. In other words, it is ordained duty to be performed by every individual according to his Varna and Ashrama. There are also Samanya Dharma duties to be performed by everyone irrespective of their Varna and Ashrama. There are the 9 duties of all classes as follows: Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteyam, Shaucham, Indriya Samyamaha, Damaha, Kshama, Arjavam, Danam, Sarvesham, Dharma Sadhanam. The Varna is explained to consist of agricultural and other sources of material wealth. By doing agriculture, one can attain plenty of food grains, etc. Cattle rearing will increase the cattle wealth. By agriculture and commerce, the forest produce will also increase. Now, this lesson ends here, and the questions basing on this unit. Now, write about author, date and greatness of Arthashastra. Or write about Kautilya, also they can ask. Explain the division of Vidya, next question, or the education according to Arthashastra, what you have understood. Next question. Write about Dandaniti and its gain and scope. Some short notes questions basing on this lesson are like this. Anvikshiki, Dandanitihi, Vata, Sankhya, Yoga, Lokayata, Vedangani, Ushanas. Thank you, dear children. I think you understood the lesson well with the explanation in English. And let us meet again in the next lesson. Thank you.